Hi everyone, and welcome back to episode 3 of my makeup artist series on my channel. So yesterday I flew to Sydney to have one of my biggest makeup inspos paint my face. I wanted her to do my face for ages. Makeup with Ja. Oh my god, I'm so obsessed with how this look turned out. So she did one of her signature like soft sort of cut crease glam looks, and I really wanted to experiment with greens because I've never had greens like this on my eyes before, and I loved how it turned out. I actually recycled the eye look and used it today as well. So if you would like to see how Ja created this makeup look, then just keep on watching. By the way, we were going to do an intro, but she was actually really sick, so yeah, we weren't able to do like an intro or like a talk through, but maybe next time in part 2, which hopefully we'll film next year, we'll do like a full-on talk through type tutorial. But for the meantime, enjoy my voice again for this voiceover. Alright, so let's get started. So Ja also starts off with eye makeup first, and then she does base. So first up, she's using the NARS Tinted Eyeshadow Primer in light and medium. And what she likes to do is carve the bottoms of the brow first. So she doesn't actually go in to fill the brow. She'll carve it out and then put that primer all over the lid, and then she'll start blending it out. The eyeshadow palette we used is the new James Charles Morphe palette. She's going in with all these gorgeous green colors. So she's going in with that dark green. It's a matte green first, and just going in and packing that on basically all over the crease. And as you can see, she's just using like circular sort of motions and really like packing that product right in my crease area. Then she's kind of going in with a little tapered brush just to make sure all the edges are nice and seamless. And then she's just grabbing more product and just making it a little bit more pigmented and just blend, blend, blend. Now she's taking the bright yellow, and what she's doing is she's kind of using that as a transition color, so it blends out even more flawlessly. Now she's going in with the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette, and she's using the shade called Military, which is just like a khaki green. And she's also using that in the upper crease area. I found it really cool / different that she does one eye like completely and then she'll do the other eye. And I asked her why, because I usually do like each step for each eye. So I'll do like transition color on the left eye, transition color right eye. Then if I want to darken up the outer corner, I'll do it on both eyes sort of at the same time. But she says when she doesn't really know what look she's going for, she would rather, you know, kind of like experiment and do the full look so she knows exactly what she's doing for the other eye. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't really seen anyone do that before. So she's just getting me to open now just so she can see if there's any other edges that need to be blended out. Then she's going in with the Stila Stale Day Magnificent Eye Metal Shadows. Sorry. She mixed two colors. She mixed like a teal and a gold. I will make sure I leave all the colors that she used in the description box down below for you guys. So basically, she's just packing that on and just creating a subtle cut crease. She did originally want to do a cut crease, but she said because the other two makeup artists from my series have done cut creases, she thought she'd do something a little bit more soft, in her words, even though it still looked glam. It still looks like a cut crease, even though she didn't really want it to be one, but it still looks so amazing. I love this look. So over the top of the Stila shadows, she's using a NYX Glitter Glue, and then she puts on the Inglot Body Sparkles in the number 45, and that's just like a tealy color again. It just really made the lid pop. I was so obsessed with this color when I had a look. I was like dead. Then she's just going in and just blending out any lines or edges. And then what she's doing is she's just grabbing the darker green again from the palette. And she's just kind of concentrating that on the inner and outer corners just to create more of a spotlight type eye. Then she's just going in with a Neutrogena makeup wipe just to get rid of any fallout that fell on my cheek, and then she'll crisp up the sides of the eyeshadow later on. So now she's just moving on to the second eye and basically just replicating what she did, and she leaves liner and lashes till last. So once again, she's just grabbing that emerald green color from the Morphe palette and really focusing that and blending that into my crease. And then she'll go in with the yellow again to further blend and just transition those two colors together. Then going in with the Stila Magnificent Metals eye bases, or like cream eyeshadows, and just placing that over the lid, and then again in with the NYX Glitter Glue and the Body Sparkles in the shade 45. So now what she's doing is she's getting that Neutrogena makeup wipe and just creating that really crisp, sharp shadow sort of edge. It just gives a guide for winged liner, I guess. I do this sometimes. And then I clean it up with the concealer. But yeah, it's such a great little technique to get the shape and the wing of the eyeliner perfect. So yeah, she's just doing that. Then for liner, she is using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I actually love this stuff. I use it as well on my clients. And then she's just using a winged liner brush to create the wing. Then she's just popping on some mascara. I did have eyelash extensions, so she did go for a little less dramatic lash than what I'm used to, just because I did have quite a lot of my extensions still on. So she went in with the Ardell Wispies and popped them on, and I just found that they worked really well with my eyelash extensions. They didn't look too much, but it still looked really glam. So she's just popping them on. So now onto base, she's using the Murad Hydro Dynamic Quenching Essence Primer and popping that all over my face. And then she goes in with the under eye little treatment, and it's also by Murad. It's the Eye Lift Firming treatment. So she places that underneath my eyes as well. Then for primer, she's using my favorite Benefit Porefessional. She's using the pearl one for a more radiant finish. Then for foundation, she's using the NARS Longwear Radiant Foundation in the shade Barcelona. I've tried this foundation before and I really like it. It's really full coverage, which is what I'm all about, and I really like the color for my fake tan as well. So now for a little bit of cream contouring, she's going in with the Hourglass Vanish Stick in Almond. I actually really want to go get this because I think that's where I'm going wrong. I'm using concealers to cream contour, will try to cream contour, but this is a foundation, so it's much more creamier and easier to blend. Well, it did look like it from when she was doing it. So yeah, and she said to me that the technique she likes to use when applying the cream contour isn't just a straight line, otherwise that is what it's going to look like blended on your face. Rather than that, she likes to just dab the product in, just so when she goes to blend it out, there's no harsh lines or anything like that, which makes perfect sense because every single time I've gone to cream contour, I just create 2 lines and it just looks muddy and all over the place. So definitely going to use this little dabbing technique for when I purchase this Vanish Stick foundation and try contouring for the first time. Cream contouring, I mean. But yeah, this just blended like a dream. So yeah, I'm just really excited to try this product out. There's also so many products that she used that I really want to try out. I created a little list. I was like, what are you using? What's that? What's this? So funny. Then she's using it's like a peachy Sephora color correcting concealer. She swears by it. She says it just adds extra coverage and brightens up the under eyes. I don't use correctors that much, especially on myself. Even in the salon, I would rarely use like a green or a peach or a red color corrector. But yeah, so she just puts that underneath my eyes before putting the concealer over the top. So for concealer, she is going to be using the Huda Beauty concealer in the shade Nougat, I think. And she'll place that underneath my eyes, but first she's just making that shadow line really crisp. This is what I do as well. And also just to fix up the liner if you like stuff up or anything like that. I just find it just makes everything look really nice and precise. So now she's just applying the Huda Beauty concealer underneath my eyes. She also said she doesn't take the concealer all the way up to the lower lash line. What she would rather do is just use it mainly probably like 1.5 centimeters below the lower lash line, and then what she likes to do is start blending it, and then she'll blend the rest up to the lower lash line. So she won't actually place the concealer anywhere near the lower lash line, if that makes any sense. So now she's going in with the concealer and just popping that on my forehead, and then just using it to carve the tops of the brows. Then she's just going in with a beauty blender to blend out the concealer. For translucent powder, she's using a Dermablend translucent setting powder for underneath the eyes. She doesn't like to pack too much on, just very, very lightly, just to set the concealer. So when she does put this on, you can't really see any powder, which is what I'm into recently. I'm not really into the whole baking and then wiping it away. So yeah, she gets this from Priceline. I went there straight after this and they didn't have any. So I'm going to have a look here and see if they have it. Then to set the cream contoured areas, she's using a Kiko bronzer to further bronze and contour. And this one's in the shade called Tan. And then she's also using a Becca Press powder in Tan to set the contoured areas as well. So she puts a darker pressed powder, and then over the top she'll use a bronzer. Then to set the rest of my face, she's using MAC Studio Fix Powder in NC40 just to set the lighter areas of my face. So down the bridge of my nose, chin, underneath my contour, and on my forehead as well. So now she's using that Kiko bronzer to further bronze and just create a deeper contour. This one's in the shade Tan. She's also doing a little bit of nose contouring and just using a little brush and just going down the sides of my nose with that. Then she's just using the Australis banana powder just to go over my under eye area. I used to use this all the time. I stopped using it for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's just another step in my makeup routine. For blush, she's actually using a mixture of the Urban Decay Indecent blush and a P. Louise blush that's actually not available anymore. But she said a dupe for it is NARS Orgasm, which is literally one of my favorite blushes ever. It's like a bright pinky. It's very, very glowy as well. It just looks amazing on all different types of skin tones. So yeah, NARS Orgasm is amazing. Then she's just going in with the Murad Hydrating Toner just to make skin moist for highlighting. So she likes to apply this before highlighter, and I like to use a spray as well. So I use MAC Fix Plus usually, and it just intensifies the highlight. So anything that you put on a wet base, or even if your brush is wet, it will come out 3 times brighter and 3 times pigmented. So she's using the MAC Soft and Gentle, and she said she uses this as a base because then she likes to put a loose glitter over the top of that to kind of set it in place. So she uses the Inglot Sparkle Dust in the shade, I think it's Drippin' in Gold, but it's the J-Lo collaboration. So she pops that straight over the top of the MAC Soft and Gentle, and wow, this combo was amazing. Then something that she does that I don't, especially on clients, is tight line. So I kind of have a fear of tight lining my clients just because it isn't the most comfortable step in a makeup routine, but Jar did teach me a couple of ways to make it a little bit more bearable. So when she actually puts black in the waterline, she doesn't use a brush, so she uses a gel. This is the Maybelline eyeliner, the Eye Studio eyeliner in black for the waterline. She doesn't use a brush to apply it into the tight line and the waterline. She actually uses like an old eyeliner pencil that she doesn't really use, and she'll coat that in the eyeliner, and then she'll use that to tight line and waterline because it just feels a little bit more comfortable as opposed to a brush, which I can 100% definitely relate to, because when I do my makeup I tend to just use a pencil because I don't know, it just glides on much easier. But when you're doing clients, it's not really sanitary to use pencils, so that's why makeup artists use, you know, the pot eyeliners, and then they'll use a brush. So the way she sanitizes this, she says, is she'll like use isocol or some sort of rubbing alcohol and she'll sharpen it, which is, yeah, such a great idea. So as you can see, what she got me to do was look down and to the side, depending on what side she was tight lining, but this was definitely comfortable. Like I wasn't like, oh my god, you know, that hurts, because sometimes even when I tight line myself, it kind of, it's not painful, but it's just very, very uncomfortable. So I'm definitely going to take on this technique. So thanks, Jar, for sharing that. So now she's starting off by using that green that we used basically on the majority of the lid, just using that on a small narrow brush and just packing that onto the lower lash line, and then she'll go ahead to start blending it out. She did mention that when she uses black, she dabs, which is what I do as well, because if you do start to, you know, blend side to side, that's when fallout could occur, and that's not what you want when you've done the base. So when using black eyeshadows, make sure you really press it into the lower lash line, and use like sort of like a dabbing technique, and then go ahead with like a clean brush to blend out the colors. So she used the brown from the Sultry palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's such a pretty brown, and she used that to start smoking out the lower lash line. But yeah, there was so many techniques that she used that I also use, and I was like, yes, I'm doing something right. So yeah, as you can see, she's really like concentrating on placing the product as close as she can to my lower lash line. That way when she goes to blend it out, it'll look so seamless and smoky and dark, which is what we want. Am I right? So then she's also going in with the yellow, again, to diffuse the colors together to make the smoky gradient even more smokier. And then finally she goes in with the black, and as you can see, she's just dabbing, and then she'll go ahead to blend that out. Then she's adding some mascara to my lower lashes. She uses a Too Faced Better Than Sex, and just, yeah, coating my lower lashes. Then for brows, she's taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Medium Brown and filling in my brows. For lips, she is going in with MAC Spice Lip Liner. I need to pick this up. I swear I had it, but then I tried to look for it and I don't actually have it. It's such a pretty everyday nude color, and I think it would be very popular in the salon. So she's just going ahead and lining my lips. And then for the lipstick, she actually used the Australis lip creams, the Girl Boss ones. She used 2 shades and mixed them together. She used Hustle and Harmony. And these have such an amazing, like, creamy texture. They don't dry matte, or they're not, like, completely glossy. They're, like, in between. So if you're not much of, like, a matte person but not much of a glossy person, then this texture is perfect for you. I personally love glossy lips as opposed to matte, so that's why she decided to use these lip creams, and she said they're just really popular. And yeah, I can definitely agree with her that it's like the perfect nude color. I really liked it. Okay, so now onto my decolletage area. She used 2 different liquid sort of illuminators. I can't remember the names of them, so I'll leave them in the description box down below. But she swears by them because she says she doesn't really like illuminators with actual glitter in it. So it's more of like a sheen, and oh my god, they looked incredible, especially on my fresh tan. Like, it just literally made my collarbones pop. So she's just placing both of those colors mixed on my collarbones and on my shoulders. And then she goes in with the Too Faced, it's like a cream bronzer. I'll leave it listed down below, but it was part of their natural collection, I'm pretty sure. And she just goes over pretty much the same areas that she applied the highlighter. She said it just makes your chest look even more bronzy and glowy. So yeah, she does that as well, and these two mixed together just create the most flawless, and oh, I just can't, just look how my collarbones look. They've never looked like this before, so I'm definitely gonna have to get some of that stuff. So yeah, I had the best day with Jar. It was so awesome, and I would love to film some more videos with her down the track. So if you would like to see more, then let me know in the comments down below, because we can definitely organize that for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Jar. I'll leave all of her social media links listed down below for you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.